Michael Olise to Chelsea is very interesting, and Chelsea are leading the race according to Talk Sport, and Bayern Munich want to pay the activated clause. Yet, we've got Chelsea looking to get a number 9 in Guirassy that's 28 years old, and they're flagging their interest. A lot of you are saying, who's that? Well, I've got you. Then, we've got the Estavio Willian deal. I think I'm pronouncing it wrong, but you know what? I will learn how to do it, Messinho, because when you come, the commentators will say it, and I will repeat it, and I will practice, and my pronunciation will be on point. But we get there. Here we go. We've got the breakdown of the deal. I'll talk about it and I'll explain to you why I think this is a wonderful deal. And finally, the Euros are here. The Euro 2024 is here, and what we need to do is talk about the Chelsea-related players at the tournament that have had games already. And Mark Cucurella has stemmed a lot of hate from Gary Neville, and people are fuming. People are literally boiling. So I'm going to talk about that. We're going to get into it, and that's what I'm going to be doing this Euros, by the way. Anytime Chelsea players play, any transfer news that comes out, I'm going to have you lot covered, and we're going to talk about the games in detail as well at the very end. Let's get into it. First of all, hit the like button, because in times like this, when content is quiet and people are creating, YouTube's not pushing our content. So if you hit the video, it pushes it. And if you like the way I'm presenting stuff here, subscribe to the channel and let's grow together. All right, so the latest news regarding Michael Olise is that he is going to be leaving Crystal Palace based on all the rumors that are coming out. At this moment in time, Chelsea are leading the race according to Talk Sport and Alex Crook. He suggests that Chelsea have put in a lot of the groundwork and Chelsea is trying to get this deal across the line. However, Newcastle were interested, and more importantly, the biggest one of all, Bayern Munich are interested. This news is getting funded purely based on the fact that company wants it. Company believes this player at Bayern Munich will be phenomenal. He is fueling it, he's pushing it, and he's giving it the energy that Bayern Munich need. Listen, I think it's as simple as this. Sane is going to sign a new deal. Bayern aren't going to spend 60 to 70 million pounds on Olise, and I think it's going to be a deal between Manchester United and Chelsea, where Chelsea are currently leading. Joe Shields has got his arm around him, and he's saying, look, you need to come. A lot of people are saying, why do we need Olise? We've got Noni. I'm going to put it this way. I genuinely believe Palmer and Nkunku and Olise is good enough to be phenomenally great at starting for Chelsea next season and pushing Chelsea, if everyone's fit, to compete at the top level. Whether it's to try to win the league, because as a Chelsea fan, my expectation at every year is we need to go and try to win the league. Whether we can do it, that's another conversation. But I think this squad is good enough with a few additions to put us in contention where we will be finishing third at the end of it, but we will make a good fist of it. That's my personal opinion, and that's the expectations that I have for Chelsea Football Club. Every year, we need to try to win the league. However, this is where it gets very interesting. Chelsea are now trying to go and get a number 9. Guirassy from Stuttgart. Guirassy from Stuttgart has played a lot of his football in France, if I'm not mistaken, and hasn't had the most phenomenal career. His career has been really stop-start. However, last season, he had an absolute crazy banger of a year, to the point where he was, unless he didn't get injured, he would have been competing with Harry Kane for top goal scorer. Stuttgart had a phenomenal year, and now it looks like he's going to be moving on. Clubs are all chasing him, and I think last time I checked, there was like 8 or 9 clubs publicly interested in this player, and now Bild is reporting that Chelsea are one of those clubs as well. Of course, this is where I'm going to take a step back, and we're going to do the thing that we always do on this channel. Is it real? I think this is a player that is really getting all this interest, because 16 to 17 million euros is actually phenomenal business for somebody that's coming into the prime of their career and scoring the goals. Do I believe Chelsea won? No. I think this is his agent trying to get him the most lucrative deal possible. I don't see Chelsea going after an individual that's 28 years old. I know this is the world that we live in now. Chelsea don't play like players, right? Money that to come at the latter stage of their career. I know Toussaint is an exception to the rule, but he was a free agent, and more importantly, the deal was easy to do. This will require battling with other clubs, agent fees being high, clubs getting 17 to 18 million, and overall, it will be a complicated deal to do due to the volume of competition. And I also have a feeling he's going to sign a new deal and stay at Stuttgart. There were links with Dortmund, there were links with Arsenal, there were links with Man United, there are links with everyone and anyone, but nothing is definitively sticking. I think this is his agent putting the news out there so that someone gives him a beautiful contract, he signs, and and the player gets a payday towards the end or the prime of his career. Estavio Willian is an individual that has joined Chelsea and has raised a lot of question marks due to the fact that Chelsea have put in a lot of outlay on an individual that is very young. 65 million euros for a Brazilian 16-year-old is outstanding money, right? It is scary for a lot of people. People are rightly asking questions. However, the breakdown according to Fabrizio of the deal is very interesting. 40 million fixed, meaning no matter what happens, 40 million pounds is what Chelsea are paying. There are easy add-ons in terms of number of appearances, I'm guessing, number of goals he's going to score every now and then, and they are up to 20 million further euro. 5 million will be of difficult achievements. This means for me, right, maybe a Ballon d'Or. I'm speculating here. Maybe World Player of the Year, like UEFA Player of the Year. I don't know. But the reality is, and this is what I'm going to say, if he achieves those 5 million in add-ons, we're in business. We've got a player that's absolutely bang. A lot of people are asking questions. Why on earth would we get Olise next year if he's coming at the end of summer? Paez and Estavio are not ready to play next year. For me, the most ideal way to handle them would be the way Vini and Rodrigo were integrated into Real Madrid, the way Goulet was integrated into Real Madrid this year. You need to bring them in. They need to get 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an occasional start, maybe some elements of cup games here and there. Let them attribute themselves into the culture. Let them get comfortable. Let them learn the language. Let them feel part of a team. And then in 2 years, in 3 years' time, they're becoming regulars. They're going to become starters at age 19, 20. What I don't want to happen is for them to come and the pressure to be on them straight away. Oh, we need to win now and they need to play. And it's not good for anyone. You know, people are saying, oh, Lamine Yamal's playing right now. But can I ask you a question? Lamine Yamal's playing every game right now. How long do you think before his body breaks down? Because we've seen this with Ansu Fati. We've seen this with Gavi. We've seen this with Pedri playing absolutely crazy amounts of minutes from the age of 17 to 19. And Barcelona aren't learning. You need to take the player out. You need to protect him from himself. And it's not, in my opinion, the issue there. You have to protect him from the fact that he's not good enough to play. Because there's nothing about not good enough. It's not having a body that's developed enough to play. But it is what it is. This is my opinion. I want to hear yours. Now let's get into the Euros and a quick roundup of what has happened. When it comes to the Euros, this is where I love, right? There's a game at 2, there's a game at 5, there's a game at 8 if you're in the UK or if you're in our time zone. Other time zones is different timings, but there's just game after game after game. So you're watching so much football, and what's amazing about it is you're absorbing it left, right and center, and there's just opinions flying around. However, this is where it gets a little bit annoying. Gary Neville on British TV said, oh, I think Marco Cucurella is the weakness and he's one of the main reasons why I don't think Spain will go far. And for me, that's it, right? However, what I don't like about that comment is he would not be that strong on Luke Shaw. He wouldn't be that strong on Harry Maguire. He wouldn't be that strong on an individual that plays for the club he supports. But yet he will go on a platform, talk about a player like Marco Cucurella, absolutely stick it to him, but yet not have the same energy for someone that plays in his team is just as... And this is where I get frustrated. Because Marco Cucurella came out and not only did he play well, he was one of the best players on the pitch against Croatia. He was very solid, had a brilliant block. And for me, I think Marco Cucurella gets a lot of stick that's unfair. I think Marco Cucurella will never be the player that is worth 52 million pounds. He will never be that player. It was ridiculously high amount of money to spend on a player. However, Marco Cucurella is a good footballer, and I think people have forgotten that, you know? It's become an element of, oh, if he's not 52 million, he's rubbish. Well, no, if he's not the best left back in the world, and he's not the worst left back, he can be somewhere in the middle. He could be a very good, steady Eddie left back for us. And I want people to remember that. He's had a good performance, and Spain won against Croatia 3-0. Spain, in my opinion, looked very promising. Very good, very neat, very tidy. The next Chelsea player we need to talk about is Ian Maatsen. The Dutch just won 2-1 against Poland. They didn't look very promising. Ian Maatsen didn't touch the pitch. I don't think he's going to play unless, and this is a big unless, Ian Maatsen, unless they beat France, they've got 6 points and they're definitely through, and Koeman heavily rotates. I think the way the squad for the Dutch is built, Ian Maatsen is not going to play ahead of Nathan Ake, and the way they play with the third centre-back coming in and the left-back becoming the third centre-back, I don't see Koeman give him an opportunity, especially because he never selected him in the first place. So what's happened to Maatsen is he's just going to go to the Euros, he's going to be part of the squad, and unless injuries happen or something drastic happens, he's not going to be playing. The final piece of news we need to talk about is Armando Broja against for Albania against Italy. Armando Broja played against Italy. They lost 2-1. At this moment in time, they scored an early goal. I think it was after 30 seconds. After that, Italy dominated the second half. Albania grew into the game. Broja came off with, I think it was 68 minutes. Albania could have equalized late. Great save from Donnarumma. Italy didn't look convincing, but it's getting the point that matters. Broja's performance, on the other hand, he had a very difficult afternoon. Not because he was bad, not because he did nothing poor. It's just playing against two centre-halves that look very promising in terms of Bastoni, who's well-renowned, and the other guy, his name is really forgetting my mind, Chelsea are linked with him, plays for Bologna. He looks very good as well. So they really marshaled Broja around. Broja tried to do stuff, but what was very evident was Broja was coming short to get involved a lot. And what was annoying was there was so much space in behind. Broja needed to carry on making the darted runs. He didn't. It didn't happen. They lost the game, but it is what it is. For Broja, this is a brand new experience. I hope he enjoys it. Guys, this was a quick video, a quick roundup of the latest news that you need to know about Chelsea. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, let me know your thoughts if you like the content. If you didn't like the content, who do you think is going to win in the Euros? And I'll be back tomorrow if there's new news, and I'll always be back with a Chelsea review regarding the players. Peace out, I'm out, have a lovely day. Bye.